I want to talk to Nala Se.
Ironic. You trust the Kaminoan, but not me.
I don't know you.
No? You might know me better than you think. We're sisters, Omega.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
Of course, there is a lot to talk about when it comes to the Bad Batch Season 2 finale. However, with the introduction of a brand new genetically modified clone, there may be a little bit more to it than meets the eye. That is what we're going to be discussing in this video and explaining it and also theorizing on it. So of course, let's go ahead and hop right on into it. In this video, we're going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As they read, the ending of the Bad Batch Season 2 left Star Wars fans with quite the cliffhanger as it closed out its second season, one that could have direct implications for Boba Fett himself. The Bad Batch Season 2's last two finale episodes hit audiences hard as the Bad Batch were beaten down several times. For one, they lost one of their family when Tech made a notable sacrifice to save his brothers. Now, everything that's going on with Tech and kind of explaining that is something I'd like to discuss in a separate future video here on the channel. Of course, I have my fair shares of, theories and that type of thing and talking about it just overall, because there are some theories I'd like to discuss with that topic of, Tech, quote-unquote, sacrificing himself. This is something I kind of touched on and talked about a little bit in our review video of the finale. However, it was something I would love to dive deeper on into in a separate future video here on the channel, so hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. However, that's not the only twist and turn the finale of Season 2 really took. Then, too long after, the team were betrayed by Sid, and Omega had been stolen from them and taken to the mysterious Dr. Royce Hemlock. And as we know, the twists and turns don't end there. Another clone seemingly has entered the party and is going to be teaming up with the Bad Batch in its future seasons. By the end of the finale, a newly captured Omega can be seen being led into the Wayland facility on Mount Tantus. Not long after, she ends up finding Crosshair in one of their labs. When Omega finds Crosshair in the lab, he's in a state of, status. He's unconscious and not really able to talk or anything. He's asleep. And as Omega goes to question her new capture, Emery Carr, the young clone gets the surprise of a lifetime. The woman watching over her on Mount Tantus is actually her sister, and a clone herself. So what exactly does that mean, and what could we see for the future episodes and seasons of The Bad Batch? Now, this is something else that I had also talked about and discussed in a review video. However, I'm a heavy believer on the fact that Emery Carr will actually help both Crosshair and Omega escape Mount Tantus and the hands of the Empire and to rejoin up with Clone Force 99. I think we're at a clear-cut crossroads of where, well, pun intended there, I think, of where we're going to see Crosshair actually join back up with Clone Force 99. And Emery doesn't look to be the happiest there on Mount Tantus, especially if it means betraying her own kind, and even at that, ones that are more like her, the mutants. However, it is unclear if Emery Carr was created with the rest of Clone Force 99 earlier than them, or after the original batch. She does seem to be older than Omega for one thing, maybe close to the same age as the rest of the Bad Batch themselves. But with the power of hindsight, the clues to this twist might have been around since the Bad Batch's first run in Season 1. The question can be posed, was the genetic writing on the wall already and set up to have Emery appear in Season 2? If we take a step back and recall back to the Bad Batch Season 1 finale, audiences were shown Nala Se's hidden lab, and in it there were 5 growth chambers, with one clone clearly missing to the rest of Clone Force 99. While one immediate thought might fill the blank spot with Omega, it was also previously revealed that not only is she a first-generation clone, meaning that she was created earlier than the Bad Batch themselves, but she also retained memories of watching the creation of Clone Squad 99. So, that being being said, Omega was not created with the rest of Clone Force 99, therefore she wouldn't be in those same pods. This means it's unlikely she would have been the person in that 5th chamber, and instead, inside that 5th chamber would have been Emery Carr. And though if the theory is and could be accurate, it is strange for Omega to have no knowledge of Emery Carr being in those growth tanks when, of course, she does remember the rest of Clone Force 99. Then again, it can also be explained that, well, she was young, it was a flashback, and all the babies gonna look the same. They're just bald little babies. However, what if we say that the theory that I had just discussed is, well, misguided and not necessarily true? What else could this new information mean exactly? Could there be another extended member of the Fett family? For one thing to explain, I think what makes a Fett, well, a Fett is the fact that they just age normally, like Omega and Boba Fett, also known as Alpha, and similar to Jango Fett. They're just normal people, in a sense. They age like normal people compared to all the other clones that age much, much faster. Remember, during this time period, the clone troopers are only, like, what, 5 years old? When their bodies age much faster, making them appear to be somewhere in their 20s or even 30s. And while Omega is most likely to be enhanced like the other clones with the rest of Clone Force 99, there's always a slight chance that Emery Carr is a long-lost sister of Jango Fett, though previously there have been no records of the character having family, besides his son, of course. Though, admittedly, this would be an intense retcon that might rub some fans the wrong way. Personally, myself, I don't really think that Emery would be, well, a Fett, as I had just described. Last season, the animated series, The Bad Batch, explained that Omega was an unmodified clone of Jango Fett, similar and exactly of what Boba Fett is, except a female. Maybe Emery Carr is one of the Kaminoans' first unaltered cloning successes that they kept a secret. Maybe something of a Phase 1 that they were trying to go for with Omega, making an unaltered clone that doesn't age as fast. And while it is unlikely, Star Wars is filled with all kinds of twists and turns, so who knows what Dave Filoni might have up his sleeve. This can also be said that this is where cloning does get complicated. Cloning has always been a persistent topic in Star Wars, ever since the prequel trilogy gave the world of The Clone Wars and Attack of the Clones. Many fans felt that the suddenness of the Rise of Skywalker's big Palpatine twist came out of nowhere, which is why those concepts are being explored now, more than they ever have before, both in The Bad Batch and also in the Mandoverse. Not only does the storyline get given new context in The Bad Batch, but it's also woven into the narrative of The Mandalorian, as I had mentioned. In the same way that The Clone Wars enhances episodes 1 through 3, now likes of The Bad Batch and the Mandoverse are looking to do the same for the sequel trilogy. Sadly, Star Wars fans out there will likely have a long wait until they get to learn more about Emery Carr. As of now, a 3rd season is not yet confirmed, but can be implied with everything that they set up in that Season 2 finale, and I'm looking forward to it hopefully being announced officially in April, this month, at Star Wars Celebration. However, the show does have its own panel during this year's Star Wars Celebration as well, so there's hope that the big event announces another batch of episodes. Of course, I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on the topic in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about Emery Carr being introduced into the Bad Batch, and what do you guys think that this may mean for a potential 3rd season and the forthcoming episodes of the Bad Batch? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.